Assalamu alaikum guys, hope you're doing good. So as I mentioned in the previous video that I am going to be making a video on HTML and CSS tags. And so in this video you are going to be learning about the details about each of the commonly used HTML and CSS tags. This here, as you can see, is a list of the common type of HTML tags, and we will study each of them one by one in this video. So the first type of tags are the basic types of tags. The basic tags then also have the subtypes, and the first subtype of the basic tags is the doctype tag, also known as the document tag. The doctype tag is the very first line in the HTML document. It tells the browser what version of HTML the document is written so that the browser knows what to expect. Now let's see the syntax of the doctype tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. Now for that you would need to open up your text editor, just as I've opened it up. I have already made a video on the text editor to use for your coding, and its link is being shared on the top, so you could go check it out. However, to mention the doctype tag you would need to start up from using the opening brackets. Now as you can see, this is simply the syntax of writing a document tag, and as you'll save this file, the browser on which you have to display, which is right here on the right side, will come to know about the version of HTML. The next type of tag is the HTML tag. The HTML tag represents the root of an HTML document. The HTML tag is basically the container for all other HTML elements except for the doctype tag. You should always include the lang attribute inside the HTML tag. Declare the language of the web page. This is meant to assist search engines and browsers. Now let's see the syntax of the HTML tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. So as I've mentioned that the HTML tag is the tag which contains the information. For that we would need to write the opening HTML tag, which is right here, then the closing HTML tag, which is right here, and in between will come the information related to the document, which will be seen later on in the video. So the next basic tag after the HTML tag is the head tag. The head tag in HTML is used to define the head portion of the document, which contains information related to the document. The head tag contains other head elements such as title, meta, link, style, link, etc. In HTML 4.01, the head element was mandatory, but in HTML5, the head element can also be omitted. Now let's see the syntax of the head tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. As the head tag is in between the HTML tags, so first we would write down the opening head tag, which is right here, and then we would have to write the closing head tag, which is right here. So this is the syntax for the head tag. The next type of tag is the title tag. The title tag is an HTML code that allows you to give web page a title. The title can be found in the browser's title bar, as well as in the search engine results pages, also called SERP. It's crucial to add and optimize your website's title tags, as they play an essential role in terms of organic ranking (SEO). Now let's see the syntax of the title tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. All you have to do is write down the title of the web page in between the opening and closing title tag, just as I have written over here, and on saving it you can see that the name of the web page is being shown as hello. Now let's write down world over here. And on saving it, you could see that the name has been changed to world. So the next basic type of tag is the body tag. HTML body tag defines the main content of an HTML document which displays on the browser. It can contain text, content, paragraphs, headings, images, tables, links, videos, etc. The body must be the second element after the head tag, or it should be placed between head and HTML tags. Now let's see the syntax of the HTML tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. So So as I told that the body tag contains attributes in between, and as you can see I have used an attribute called the BG color attribute, which is responsible for changing the background color of the document. Now after I would save this code and run it on browser, you could see that the color has been changed to blue. So this basically is an attribute which is written within a body tag. So the next type of basic tag is the heading tag. HTML headings are defined from the h1 tags to the h6 tags. Header tags, also known as heading tags, are used to separate headings and subheadings on a web page. They rank in order of importance from h1 to h6. Here is a quick guide on header tags and what they are used for. h1 is used for the title of a post. The h1 tags are usually keyword centric, focused around the big idea of a page or post, and crafted to grab a reader's attention. The h2 tags are subheaders that classify the main points of your paragraphs and separate sections. Consider using semantic keywords related to the big idea in your h1 while also helping the reader easily find the sections they want to read. The h3 tags are subsections that clarify the points made in the h2 further on. Alternatively, they can be used in formatting lists or bullet points. The last h4 and subsections that clarify the points made in the h3. Alternatively, they can be used in formatting lists or bullet points. The h in h1, h2 and other tags officially stands for the heading element, though the SEO community also commonly calls these tags the header tags. Now let's see the syntax of each of the heading tag, that how they are written on Sublime Text 3. As you can see, this here is a list of all the headings, and on saving and running it, you could see that an order from high to low indicating about the priority of each of the headings is being displayed. So this is basically the H tag, commonly known as the headings tag. So the next type of the basic tag is the paragraph tag. The paragraph HTML element represents a paragraph. Paragraphs are usually represented in visual media as blocks of text separated from adjacent blocks by blank lines or first line indentation, but HTML paragraphs can be any structural grouping of related content such as images or form fields. Paragraphs are block level elements and notably will automatically close if another block level element is parsed before the closing P tag. Now let's have a look on the syntax of the paragraph tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. As you can see that I've written the paragraph which says, "Hello world, my name is Hassan and I love web development." And on saving and running it, you could see that the paragraph has been displayed on this page right here. So this is the syntax of how you would write the paragraph tag. So the next type of the tag is the breakline tag. The break element produces a line break in text. It is useful for writing a poem or an address where the division of the lines is significant. Now let's see the syntax of the breakline tag, that how it's used on Sublime Text 3. As you can see that the break element is included at each point where we want the text to break. The text after the break begins again and at the start of the next line of the text block. And here is the display where you could see that breaks are being displayed. So next up we have the comments tag. The comment tag is used to insert comments in the source code. Comments are not displayed in the browsers. You can just use comments to explain your code, which can help you when you edit the source code at a later date. This is especially useful if you have a lot of code to do. So now let's see the syntax of the comments tag, that how it's used on Sublime Text 3. Now as you can see, I have written comment and I don't want it to be displayed on the web page. For that I have used the syntax. This here is the syntax for the comment, and on refreshing it and saving it, you would see that the name comment is not being shown. Whereas if I write over here paragraph comment and save it, this will be shown over here. As you can see, this is being shown, and so this basically is the comment. So the next type of the basic tag is the div tag. The div tag defines a division or a section in an HTML document. The div tag is used as a container for HTML elements, which is then styled with CSS or manipulated with JavaScript. The div tag is easily styled by using the class or ID attribute. Any sort of content can be put inside the div tag. Now let's see the syntax of the div tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. Now, as I've told that the div is used for division, and as you can see, we have two divisions right here. One division contains a paragraph which says, "Hi, I am Hassan and I love coding," whereas the other div contains a h1 tag which says "Hello World." And I have given div 1 some attributes such as a solid gray border of 1 pixel and a background color of green. Then given div 2 some attributes such as background color of blue. Now on saving it and running it, you could see that the changes have been applied. The background color of the paragraph has been changed to green, and the h1 tag is here, right here, and it's background. So this basically is the working of the div tag. Hope you guys have understood it. Now let's move on to the next slide. This blue. The next type of the tag is the anchor tag, also known as the A tag. The anchor tag defines a hyperlink which is used to link from one web page to another. The most important attribute of the A element is the href attribute, which indicates the link's destination and which we are going to look. So as that anchor tag takes us from one web page to another web page, you could see we have made two files. One file has been named as file1.html and the other file has been named as file2.html. File 1 says "Hi, I am file 1," whereas the file 2 says that "Hi, I am file 2." Now in order to move from one file to another or vice versa, we would create a link which is simply a single line and nothing much, and on clicking or tapping that link you would be moved to another file. So let's learn how to create that link and then see its output. Now the syntax for creating a hyperlink is highlighted. You have to start from the opening A tag, then in the inverted commas write the name of the file to which you want to move, and after closing the inverted commas and the opening tag you can write the message, which basically would be the link you would be taken to. Now on the right side, the blue text right here is basically the hyperlink, and on pressing this link I would be taken to file2.html. So as you can see, this here is file2.html. It has been opened, which says "Hi, I am file2." So the next type of tag is the main tag. The main tag specifies the main content of a document. The content inside the main element should be unique to the document. It should not contain any content that is repeated across documents, such as sidebars, navigation links, copyright information, site logos, and search forms. You must note that there must not be more than one main tag in a document. The main element must not be a descendant of an article, a side, footer, header, or a nav element. Now let's see the syntax of the main tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. Now as you can see that I have made two sections. One is inside the main tag, whereas the other paragraph is outside the main tag. And you could also see the output on the right side, that the things which are in the main tag are separate, whereas the things which are in the outside the main tag are separate. So this here is a short main tag. So the next type of the tag is the list tag. The list tag, as the name suggests, defines a list of items. There are two types of list tags: ordered list and unordered list. An ordered list can be numerical or alphabetical and is represented as OL, whereas the unordered list is represented as UL. We'll have a look at both of them in the syntax, so let's start. As you can see, we have made two categories. One is fruits and the other one is flowers. The fruits category has a ordered list which, as you can see, is numbered, whereas the flowers category is unordered and has only bullets. We can also add attributes in the ordered list. Now for adding attributes after the OL tag, right here you need to write type equals to capital A. Now on saving and refreshing it, you could see that a list that was mentioned in numerical form is now mentioned in an alphabetical order A, B and C. Similarly, if we change this capital A to a small a and then save it and refresh it, you could see that now it's mentioned in lowercase alphabetical order. And if we change it to a small I and save it, now on refreshing it, you could see that it's now mentioned in small Roman. If you want the list to start from a specific range or number, then you have to write start equals to, let's say, 10. And on refreshing and saving it, you could see that the list has now been started from 10 and onwards, 10, 11, 12 and so on. If you want the list to start in a descending order, then you have to write reversed after the start attribute, just like I have written over here. And on saving and refreshing it, you can see that the list has started from 10, then in descending order it goes to 9 and then 8. You can also assign a serial number to each of the items separately as well. For that, you need to write the value attribute and the value after the ally attribute, just as I have written. And after saving and refreshing, you could see that each of the item has been assigned a serial number from 100 to 200 to 300. So the next type of tag is the span tag. The span tag is an inline container used to mark up or edit a part of a text or a part of a document. The span tag is easily styled by CSS or manipulated with JavaScript using the class or ID attribute. The span tag is much like the div element, but div is a block level element, whereas the span is an inline element. Now let's have a look at the syntax of the span tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. As you can see, we have written two paragraphs. One says that hi, I am a paragraph, and the other one says that hi, we are here to learn the span tag, and we have enclosed it within the span tag. Now it means that we want to edit this part or paragraph of the document and not the other paragraph. So on saving and refreshing, you could see that the paragraph which we had mentioned inside the span tags has been affected and changed, whereas the other paragraph has not changed at all. So the next type of tag is the section tag. The section tag defines the section of documents such as chapters, headers, footers or any other sections. The section tag divides the content into sections and subsections. The section tag is used when requirements of two headers or footers or any other section of document is needed. Section tag groups the generic block of related contents. The main advantage of using the section tag is that it is a semantic element which describes its meaning to both the browser and the developer. Now let's look at the syntax of the section tag, that how it's used in Sublime Text 3. As you can see on the left that we have made two sections. Each of the section has a h1 heading and a paragraph, and on saving and refreshing it, you could see that both the heading and paragraph of each section is being displayed as two separate parts or sections. So this was all about the section tag. Let's have a look at another tag now. So the next type of the tag is the image tag. The image tag is used to embed an image in an HTML page. Images are not technically inserted into a web page. Images are linked to a web page. The image tag creates a holding space for the referenced image. The image tag has two required attributes. One attribute is the source or src attribute, which specifies the path of the image. The second attribute is the alternate attribute, which specifies an alternate text for the image if the image for some reason cannot be displayed. Now let's see the syntax of the image tag, that how it's written on Sublime Text 3. Now for learning the image tag, you need to first place the image inside the folder where you have your HTML file. So as you can see, I have a folder named as HTML tags, and inside this folder we have the HTML file named as tags.html, and we also have that JPG image file named as apple.jpg. It's simply a picture of an apple which we want to display on the HTML document or the web page. Now the syntax for the image tag is really simple. You just need to write image.src equals to the name of the file. As mine was apple.jpg, I've written it, and on saving and refreshing it, I got this image over here. Now we can also adjust the width, height and other attributes of this image as well. Now one of the most common type of attribute is width. You can just give a width. Let's say we give a width of 350 pixels, and on saving and refreshing it, you could see that the width, the size of the image has been reduced. You can also adjust it by giving a 200 pixels width, and on saving and refreshing it, it would then be more smaller. Similarly, you can give the height attribute as well. Let's say we give a height of 150 px, and on saving and refreshing it, it would become more smaller. Let's give it 300 pixels. Yes, so the next type of the attribute is the HTML alt attribute or the alternate attribute. The alternate attribute specifies an alternate text for an area if the image cannot be displayed. The alternate attribute provides alternative information for an image if a user for some reason cannot view it because of slow connection, an error in the source attribute, or if the user... Now let's see the syntax of the alternate attribute, that how it's written in Sublime Text 3. Now for the alternate attribute, in the image tag you would need to write alt equals to, and in the inverted commas you would need to write the name you want to be displayed if the image for some reason is not being shown, just as I have written Apple image over here. And now if I delete the Apple image, as you can see from here, and then on saving and refreshing it, you could see that the image of the apple has gone, and right here you could see that Apple image is being shown as an alternative. Now if we save the image again over here and then save this file and refresh it, you could see that the picture has now come back. So the next type of the tag is the video tag. It is used to embed video content in a document such as a movie clip or other video streams. The video tag contains one or more source tags with different video sources. The browser will choose the first source it supports. The text between the video tags will only be displayed in browsers that do not support the video element. There are three supported video formats: MP4, WebM and OGG. Now let's see the syntax of the video tag. As you can see, this is our MP4 type video named as Tom typography.mp4 and is placed in the same folder where our HTML file was. Now opening this, first you would need to mention the video tags. Now for embedding a video, you would need to mention the video tags just like I have mentioned over here, and in between the video tags you would need to write source equals to the name of the video, which right here is Tom typography.mp4, and then you would need to give the type equals to video/mp4. Now on saving and refreshing it, you could see that the video has come over here, but we need to set its width and height, so let's do this. Now as you can see, Within the video tag, we've given a width of 500 pixels, and on saving and refreshing, we got this 500 width. Now as you can see, we don't have any pause, play or volume button, and for making and wanting the buttons to appear, we need to give an attribute known as controls over here. Controls, and then we save it, and on refreshing it, you could see that the controls have come. As you can see, the video has been played now, and so this was all about the video tag. Now if you want to give a thumbnail of your own choice, for that you would need to go over here and write poster equals the name of the image, let's say apple.jpg, and on saving and refreshing it, you would see that the poster has been changed to apple. So this is now your thumbnail. So guys, that's all for the HTML tags video, and now we have learned all important video tags. I would recommend you guys to practice with each of the video tags, and if you have liked this video, then do subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.